Today's classic episode investigates an ancient sport that's making a comeback. Senegalese wrestling is filling stadiums across the nation, making superstars overnight and attracting huge sponsors from across the world. Shay Rhodes went to Senegal's capital, Dakar, earlier this year in May.
I'm in Grand Yoff, which is one of the poorest suburbs of Dakar, Senegal. And tonight is fight night.
Every Sunday, fighters from all over the capital descend on the Adrien Senghor Wrestling Stadium. It's a knockout tournament. The winner will take home £1,000. That's the equivalent to what the average person earns in a year in Senegal. I'm here to meet 24-year-old wrestler Sadio Sissoko, who's waiting to fight. Senegalese wrestling is a centuries-old sport, fought in the sand and steeped in mystical beliefs. Fighters use elaborate rituals similar to voodoo to invoke the power of the spirit world.
Starting to get this sense of a very ancient tradition. The drums, the trinkets, the potions, the singing. It really is quite impressive to watch.
The aim is to get your opponent on their back or on all fours. For some, defeat is hard to take.
Wasn't expecting to see this. I can't tell if he's just angry, frustrated, or if he's actually crying.
Sadio, in orange, is now up against one of the crowd favourites. His fight doesn't last long.
When's your next chance to come back?
4 rounds later, the wrestler who beat Sadio is in the final. He wins, taking home the life-changing cash prize.
Sergio.
Oui.
Ça va?
Ça va bien, ça va.
I catch up with Sadio.
He lives on the other side of this cow market, somewhere between the cow market and the sheep market, which is over there. And by the looks of things, he knows everybody in this area.
Azal, Azal. C'est petit lutteur.
Hey, ça va?
C'est petit lutteur.
Le petit lutteur.
Oui.
Hey, bonjour, bonjour.
Comment tu vas?
Tu sais,
Ça,
moi.
regardez ça. Ça, c'est un couloir, ça.
Ah oui? C'est
C'est
qui ça?
un couloir, oui. Ça, c'est un couloir. Oui.
With nearly half the population living on less than $2 a day, wrestling can be a golden ticket for young men here.
Le drapeau, le lutteur. J'ai gagné le drapeau là aujourd'hui.
La lutte, c'est très important ici,
Oui.
pour cette famille.
La famille, oui. Le soutien de la famille, tout à ça, moi.
Sadio's dad died when he was 17. Since then, he's been supporting the family.
Mon mère, ça va y aller.
He lives at home with his mum, 4 sisters, and their 5 young children.
Pas de moyen, il n'y a pas de moyen ici. La facture de courant va venir ici, la maison. Mon mère, chez Sadio, viens la facture, la facture. Inch'Allah, il n'y a pas de raison. Viens, fuck. Viens. Fii Sénégal boo kiiwul boo amul liggéey bu baax boo jàpp ni dimbali sa yaay wala say mag wala say famille il faut nga dem bëri ji moo gën a gaaw pour nga mën leen jàppale quoi da ngay xool yoon bu gaaw rek nga def ko
What would it mean for you and your family if you were to win a big fight?
waaw pour ñoom waaw pour bëggal nga leen rek ndax ñu ñoo tax ngay sonn koy sonn sa famille moo tax ngay sonn sa yaay wala say mag.
Sadio's mum is one of his biggest fans. At 24, shouldering the burden of the whole family is a lot to take on. Away from his family, he tells me he's got a big decision to make about his future.
Suñu kër yaakaar nañu loolu yëpp day métti quoi yi si dajaloo yëpp moo métti quoi. en kay xanaa jóge woon fii rek bàyyi fi làmb ji dem Europe liggéey def énigré dem liggéey foofu génn dëkk bi dem wuti ñëwaat indi loolu rek mooy sa rêve ñëpp.
Sadio has many friends who've risked their lives travelling to Europe for work. Those who make it send cash home, contributing more than 10% to Senegal's GDP. Many families rely on this money to survive. The next day, I meet Sadio at the mechanics where he works. If there are no customers, he gets no money.
And is there always work here?
Ça dépend rek des fois moom liggéey des fois doo liggéey des fois nga toog tuuti nga doon dem ñibbi doo gagné dara.
Nearly half of young people in Senegal can't find full-time jobs. Sadio doesn't get enough work to feed his family of 10, but having left school at 16, his options are limited. Most people in Senegal are sport mad. Every evening, you see thousands working out on the beaches. It's no accident Senegal produces so many international sporting icons. Many, like Sadio, hope to make it big. After work, he takes me to his own training session. Sadio's decided to have one more go at the tournament next weekend, but his coach, Adagai, is having doubts.
Is it difficult for young men who come from this kind of area to reach the kind of level that they need to be able to earn lots of money from wrestling?
Ada matches Sadio with one of the more experienced wrestlers to try and challenge his strength. It's close, but this time Sadio overpowers his opponent.
It all seems incredibly casual. You know, you have people turning up halfway through training, horses rolling around in the sand. But in reality, that's what wrestlers here have to deal with. It's not like football where you get taken off to a special academy and focused entirely on football. These guys have to deal with real life, feeding a family, and trying to find the time for training.
I leave Sadio to see if I can meet one of the most exciting wrestlers in the sport. In 1 week, up-and-coming star Sita and reigning champion Zos are going head-to-head in the biggest fight of the year.
We've just arrived in Jamagan, which is where Sita comes from. He's one of the biggest wrestlers in the country, and I'm told that this is the poorest and potentially most violent suburb in Dakar, and he has a huge following.
Around 10,000 fans have turned up to see Sita. But he's not even fighting today. This is just a press event.
the devotion that this guy has around him is just ridiculous. I can't believe how many people there are.
If the 26-year-old wins this fight, he could take home as much as £30,000. And this neighbourhood will have its very own national superstar. I managed to get a question in.
What advice would you give to a young wrestler who's struggling to balance work and training? The sun's going down a bit, and the press are getting their last few questions in, and you can feel the tension because all the fans want to get a piece of their hero before he leaves.
Outside, I meet Senegal's most famous commentator, Malik Chandoum.
How long do you think it's going to be before you start to see Senegalese wrestling abroad?
On a déjà commencé à exporter la lutte à Paris. En Suisse également, on a commencé à exporter la lutte. En Italie, personnellement, je suis allé là-bas pour des programmes de lutte. Et puis, il y a des Européens qui ont commencé à venir pratiquer la lutte.
As the number of fans watching in the stadiums and on telly grows, the money in this sport is growing too. Hassan Diaye is the promoter behind Sita's big fight. He's managed to get American fruit company Del Monte to sponsor the event. I asked marketing manager Adama Lo why Del Monte would choose wrestling over football.
L'amour est sport national. Donc ça nous fait plaisir d'y dem di accompagner ñu melni ñom Assam parce que ben instant dafa melni ñu ngi participer en même temps ci lo xamantene mi ngi avancer suñu réew. Da bo sétlo xalé yu bari yo xamantene ñu ngi don aw benen yoon légui ñu ngi aw ci yoonu lamb bi.
For Senegalese wrestling, this is a massive deal. Del Monte is an international company, and to have them on board sponsoring big events is vital if the sport's going to keep moving forward.
And for Del Monte, a chance to appear truly African.
While the big-name wrestlers like Zos and Sita have whole teams around them to try and organise things and keep them motivated, Sadio has to work on it all himself.
It's Sadio's final training session ahead of his tournament tomorrow. His friends and kids from his local neighbourhood have come to watch, and Sadio is putting on a show. If he crashes out again, he'll start thinking about leaving the country to make money in Europe, but he's hoping it won't come to that. Later that evening, I joined Sadio for the last big meal before his tournament. It's a bowl of maize porridge, shared between 4.
How often do you have this? Do you think you get as much nutrition as you need to be a wrestler?
Sadio's best friend Diaga is going to make sure the spirits are in his favour.
Il y a beaucoup de programmes là quoi. Jaga.
Sadio reckons success is 70% down to training and 30% to magic.
Ah loolu la cosaan la daal fii Afrique Sénégal fii dëgg boo dem daa am aadam.
loolu am na fi. galaaj pour aar sa bopp. loolu moom ñëpp a ko xam.
waaw mën nañ ci jaay néew nag.
kaw
On the day of his fight, Sadio's up early. He straps sacred leaves into his loincloth. Around his neck, he wears amulets containing a Quranic verse. We head to the stadium.
Ça a changé un peu, hein?
Oui. Il n'y a pas de SRS quoi. Oui.
He says a prayer. It's one of many pre-fight rituals.
waaw xam nga làmb boo si duggee affaire jinne la boo si duggee da ngay am xabtal boo xam ne ni affaire seytaan la daal da ngay am ay jat yoo xam ne moom ngay jat ci làmb ji jat yooyu moo tax ngay nekk ci làmb ji carrément.
Gradually, the stadium fills up with wrestlers all vying for the favour of the spirits.
li fi ma jamono yi bàyyoon ba léegi moo fi nekk dañu ko jëntee bi incha allah bi ñu fi yàlla jugee léegi tamit loolu suñu sët yi ñëw wala doom yi ñëw ci loolu la ñuy fekkaat saa dina ko doon jeex.
No matter how many times I ask Sadio, he keeps telling me he's not nervous. But to be honest, as all the guys are here doing their preparations, and I'm definitely starting to feel nervous for him.
Finally, Sadio's fight is called. It's all over in seconds. He's lost in the very first round. He's not keen to talk. It's the morning of Sita's big fight against Zos.
A lot of Sita fans. A lot of Sita fans over here.
Everyone's talking about it.
Même sponsor yi moo leen di maa bëgg booy wàcc. dafa teel topp. avantage yu lamb mooy Sita daan suba mooy yokk lamb moo koy jëmale kanam.
At the stadium, fans have arrived hours early.
Security guards have brought out the truncheons and the tasers. It's pretty brutal. Whoa! Just had my first real taste of Senegalese crowd control. Sita's just turned up and his preparations are so elaborate that his he's not even allowed to touch the grass. They've got a special white carpet sprinkled with sand that they've brought from their area.
Senegal's glitterati are out in force. Singers, TV stars and politicians are all here to support and be seen.
Sita has got this crowd in the palm of his hand. If I was Zos, I'd be a little bit worried.
The preliminary fights get underway. At this level, Senegalese wrestling allows bare-knuckle punching to the face and body.
Finally ready, building up now for the big event, Zos versus Sita. This is what the whole country's been waiting for.
Sita claims he's spent £10,000 on rituals just for this fight. One punch by Sita, and it's all over.
Not what anybody was expecting, straight knockout.
Sita is the sport's newest superstar. I head to see Sadio one last time. He's made a decision.
waaw instant bi maa ngi 24 ans mën naa buddoon ba si kanam mais lu gën a gaaw mooy ñu xool leneen lu gën làmb ndax parce que làmb benn métti na en kay xanaa jóge woon fii rek bàyyi fi làmb ji dem Europe liggéey def énigri dem liggéey foofu. waaw mais foofu bu ma fa nekkee dund fa ko lu ma dund fii nii ñoom dañ may xam.
It might be the end of Sadio's dream, but wrestling in Senegal is on the up. Academies are popping up all over the country, and a new £40 million stadium is being built. Senegalese wrestlers are also making appearances in America and Europe. This African sport is set to go global.